He's the man you either love or hate. From the moment he swung his famous baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire, Negan left a mark on the world of the Walking Dead. But behind the menacing grin and that weapon lies a man shaped by loss, betrayal, and a world gone mad. In this video, we're diving deep into the twisted yet tragic backstory of Negan, exploring his journey to the villain we can't forget. Grab your bat. Let's get started. Negan grew up in Virginia. As a child, he always had a heart for stray dogs and took them in regularly. One day, he brought another dog home, a rather belligerent one. The dog killed all the other strays, and as Negan's mother tried to intervene, he bit of half of her ear. Later in high school, Negan became a bully and started to love having power over others. These games of power didn't stop in his adulthood. Negan became a high school gym teacher. He was convinced that he formed his students into strong individuals, but his methods to achieve that were rather questionable. He cursed and shouted at them, almost in a drilling way. One day, him and his wife Lucille were out in a bar. The bar had a jukebox with their favorite song, "You Are So Beautiful" by Joe Cocker. A guy was talking really loud while their song was playing, and Lucille politely asked him to keep it down. The man didn't listen, so Negan beat him up. According to him, almost to death. It turned out this guy was the father of one of Negan's students, which got him fired. Lucille was now left with the burden of having the only income for them. But this incident didn't stop Negan from living a luxurious life. He spent most of his days gaming, especially with teenagers, almost seeming like he never grew up himself. His famous leather jacket, we got to know him in, also dates from this time period. He bought it for $600, which caused a huge fight between him and his wife, and ended with Lucille taking the jacket away and wanting to return it. All these events made him rather depressed, especially the fact that he had lost his job. He started an affair with Lucille's best friend, Janine. This went on for some time, but of course it would be revealed sooner or later. Lucille asked him to take her to a MRI appointment, but Negan stated he didn't have time, so she went by herself. At this appointment, she found out that she had cancer. The doctor advised her to not drive home alone. She called her friend, Janine, which didn't pick up. She called Negan, but he didn't pick up either. It didn't take long, and she pieced it all together, starting to get aware of the affair. Later, she told Negan about the cancer, not mentioning anything about Janine. Negan was devastated, immediately cutting things with Janine off and committing himself more than ever to Lucille. His wife started chemotherapy. We are mainly talking about things that happened before the apocalypse, but there is still some important stuff that happened afterwards, which truly shaped him, so I'll quickly sum it up. After the outbreak, Negan continued to get his wife through the therapy she needed. They spent a lot of time together, and their marriage actually seemed to be in a better place. Lucille revealed that she knew about him and Janine but has forgiven him. She even gave him back the leather jacket, which she hadn't returned. One day, though, he forgot to turn their generator back on, and all the medicine Lucille needed got ruined in the refrigerator. Despite Lucille just wanting him to stay, he headed out to find some more. On his journey, he met Laura, one of his later saviors, which also gave him his bat. All of this took him 6 weeks, but he managed to get what he needed. But as he came back, Lucille had already killed herself. Of course, this broke him. He set his house on fire, wrapped some barbed wire around his bat, and drove off with his motorcycle. Through his backstory, some people probably sympathize more with him. What is your opinion about him? Can you forgive him for what he did to Rick's group? Or will he always be the villain? I'm definitely looking forward to his story continuing in Dead City. Thank you for watching my video about Negan's backstory. I'd appreciate your support, so please leave a like and subscribe.